Never thought of falling in love again. No, never. But my heart's been stolen again. This time, hope it lasts forever. We'll go beyond, 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 beyond. It's been a while now since love's been in this place. You see, many have tried, but no one could take your place, girl. Why you so beautiful? I see the future in your face, baby. Never in a million years I thought that you'd be mine, girl. That you'd be mine, girl. Never thought I would fall. No, never. But my heart's been stolen again. But my heart's been stolen. Last forever. We will go. Ooh, baby. We will go, baby. We keep going and growing, girl. The best thing is knowing, girl. Cause when we KISSING, all I can say is OMG. My love in my life, you make all things right, baby. I trust you, girl, with my life. I don't want nobody but you. I'ma put my ring on you. Never thought I'd no, never. Ooh, baby. Again. This time, hope it lasts forever. We'll go beyond. We will go so far. Beyond, beyond. You'll always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. We ain't looking for a thing. Yeah, you'll always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. Never thought I no, never. Ooh, baby. Been stolen again. This time, hope it lasts forever. You hope, baby. I hope it lasts forever, girl. I hope it lasts forever, girl. Hey, 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 hey. We will go, baby. We will go, baby. Ooh, we will go, baby. We will go so far, baby. I hope it lasts forever, baby.
You know, I think I'm gonna really give up this life. Just try to be a better guy, you know. But wait, man, they got a good girl, you know, and they really feel they go treat you a certain way.
I understand. So what's stopping you?
Girls. Some things about kind of resolve. I think I can just, apologize and start fresh and clear the slate, and hopefully, that will work out for me.
Well, if it makes you happy, give it a try. She deserves it, right?
Hey, give you a call and see how it works out, man.
Let me know how it goes.
For sure. Thanks, man.
No problem.
How you doing? Before you hang up, can you just listen for a while? I was stupid, I'll admit it. Should've never done anything to take away your smile. So I dropped my pride, all my cards are laid. I know I hurt you most definitely, and I'm trying to make it right. I wanna take away your pain. Said you need your space and you're trying to live, but I'm really hoping that you can forgive me. I'm wrong, I wrote this song, it's been too long, forgive me, baby. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. Don't you leave, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. So baby, can I come over and show you how sorry I am? I'll make you my lady tonight. Oh, if you want it, put your request in and I'll be on it. We'll make sweet love all through the night. Oh, I didn't know you would pick up the phone, and now I'm wondering if you were alone, girl. If so, just let me know. I wanna plan a rendezvous. Please forgive me, don't turn away. I wanna try again starting today, honey. I'll fight, I'll treat you right. See me tonight, I'll fix this, baby. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong, girl. Don't you leave, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. Don't you leave, no, no. I was wrong, I apologize. Oh, believe me, I do. I apologize. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. I am. Baby, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. I am. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong. I was wrong, girl. Don't you leave. My apology. Oh, baby, please. Ooh, I was wrong. I apologize. This is my apology. I was apologize. I was wrong.
Hello.
Hey babe, what you doing?
Nothing.
Can you come over?
Yeah, not easy.
Anybody ever told ya what a woman really is? If you ever get the moment, show them how much they give. You're a shoulder I can cry on, arms I can embrace. Is to hear my deepest thoughts, protect her night and day. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing. I try to describe. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are.
You have birthed the nations, a nurturer you are. You bless us with your wisdom, and you tended every scar. You have found me broken, you have shown me light. You ignited all my passions, and loved me through the night. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing. I try to describe, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are.
To be a woman is to be blessed with unparalleled intuition, to be powerful, power independent of place or position. To be a woman is to be a mother, giving birth to sons and daughters, ideas, institutions, and business ventures. To be a woman is to be the current inspiration, the future aspiration of a young lady, of a little girl.
You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're a gem, a diamond flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're an African queen flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. So you are amazing. I try to describe, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. You are woman. You are woman. You are. Yes, you are, yes, you are. You are woman. You are woman. And when obstacles manifest as natural, you are born for this.
To be a woman is to be the heart of the system, to be the one who brings life into our world.
Warning. What you you're about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all. Bumbleclad. Yes. We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages. I'm your host, Neil, joined as always my brother from another mother, your host, Derek.
Hail.
And together we bring you another long form content, another live stream of the Senate podcast. My brother, you're out the gates early, man. You're feeling spry.
Man. I'm feeling pretty good.
How's everything else, man? How's life? The tropics for you?
I can't complain, you know. Here about it, as what people would say. And I'm getting ready to head into our school sports next week. Yeah, we are ending the term with sports, so that's a hectic time for me. So I just kind of get my ducks in a row with regard to that. But outside of that, I can't complain at all. The little one, she got a yellow belt in Taekwondo yesterday.
Oh yes, that's what I'm talking about.
So that's some good stuff happening. Really proud of that little kid. She happy little girl, and I can't walk from much else other than that, So I'm good, man. How's everything in your neck of the woods?
Everything good, man. Just a little tired. I had a long 6 months, but other than that, we winding down, coming to the end of that, and I good, man. I blessed, I good, highly flavored. It's not, things could always be better, yes, but I am thankful and grateful for where things are right now. I think that's the best way to put it. I have no major worries or complaints, and any worries or complaints I can't control. So I'm in a better space to kind of meet the challenges and the ever-changing tides of life as they come. But anyhow, let me talk about G-Syndicate for a minute. We haven't talked about G-Syndicate in a while. No.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we talking about the premier acapella group in the Western Hemisphere. You would have seen those young fellas singing sweetly, Tell the people about G-Syndicate, man. Tell the people where you can find them.
Yeah, you can find us G-Syndicate6.com. Also on everything else at G-Syndicate6. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, here on YouTube. Everything, SoundCloud, G-Syndicate6. And we are going to be at the Sage Bar.
We get that
on April 28th. Yeah, put that on screen for me. April 28th, we are going to be there. Show to the guys, Vaden, Kiamal, Mark, Brett, and Hugh. We are going to be rocking in there. We had an awesome show the last time we went, so they've asked us to come back, and we intend to be there to go and shell it fresh. So it's gonna be good vibes up in there on the 28th. Come out early. It seems I had a little challenge with the kitchen last night. We had the place back, and they come manage the volume. So come early, order early, so you can make sure you get your food and everything. And that's it there. Come try and check the man.
All right, so that is G-Syndicate, people. They're very good at what they do. They've done it for the better part of a decade or more. So they've been really cranking, and they've really honed their craft. And they really put out a good product, So if you like sweet singing, if you like ladies, if you like looking at some young fellas that are, about something in life, check them out. Sage Bar, 29th of April at 9 p.m. Sage Bar, Maxwell.
28th, no 29th.
Sorry, 28th. Sorry, I don't know.
29th, it could be a day late.
Yeah, don't count 20. Friday the 28th of April. Yeah. Right. Apart from that, we are the Senate podcast. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. We do content for you as often as we can. We are, of course, committed to every Tuesday and Thursday. We bring the live stream for you. This is the No Dipsy Doodle space. And then we try to get back into short slowly but surely. We had a banger that we put out the other day. We recorded that on Tuesday night, and we felt it because it was so topical. It's such a something in social media and just in society at large. We decided we can put that out. So I rush ordered that. I put that out, and it's spurring some good discussion. We don't always, as the sabash the women, which we don't do, but we don't always like highlight the negative in the man-woman dynamic. Sometimes we could be social commentators, which we really are, and we could talk the things and offer our perspective from it. Obviously, always coming from a space of understanding, logic, and love. Anyhow, so yeah, that's the Senate podcast. Give us a like, a follow, a subscription. Let me like the content, share the content so we could build the content. I see the doctor in here, Dr. Carrie Ann. What's going on? I see Aston, what are going on? And anybody else that you're joining, you come in, just hit the like button. Is the one that got your thumbs up. Let's say like that there. Just click that there. Just do a little thing there. So you're good to go. You all right. Right? If you feel so inclined, if you're new to the space and everything like that, and you want to hit the subscription button, remember to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any content that we coming out. Derek Boy, we at 504 subscribers.
Yeah, boy.
We slowly creeping up. The consistency and hard work is indeed showing itself. So, we starting to see some blooms and blossoms. But yeah.
They say the last thing to bear is the fruit.
That's
After you
right.
plant a seed,
That's right.
So it's good to see the man coming up in the life,
Coming up in the life. Yeah, man. All right. Derek, I don't know if you want to talk about the King's Gathering.
Well, we definitely
must. Let me talk about
King's
that there
Gathering.
for a minute.
We are going to be at the Ginger Lily Hall in the Bell Estates. It's absolutely free. Come out at 10 o'clock. And I've been consulting with Dr. Carrie Ann in terms of how we can get it to roll in the format and everything. And thank you, Dr. Carrie, for offering your assistance. The person that I would normally get to help me with these things, she is incapacitated. She was in a bad accident. So I wish her a speedy recovery. That's my right hand man.
Mm-hmm. Sorry to hear that.
And that's my right hand man, but she coming around. And so thank you, Dr. Carey, for coming on and lending a helping hand. We appreciate that. But we're gonna have presentations on physical fitness, law, and all these topics are catered to us men. We can have our man Choco Menage come through and do a little bit of mixology.
Menagerie.
Yes, a menagerie. We're gonna have financial advice for men. We are going to have talk on mindset, how you approach life as a man, etc. But my guy Tahir, I don't want to call his second name, because it's difficult for me. I think it's like Bulbulia or something like that. I can't really get called, but Tahir is going to come through, and he is going to be handing out certificates for those gentlemen who participate in his portion of the presentation. So really and truly, I want you guys to come on out. Dr. Kerry is going to be there. She's going to do a presentation as well. We got a lot going to happen on that day, and we want everybody to come out and take full advantage of it, men and women. Women, you can learn a lot to share with your male family members. So please come on out, share the information. You're going to pay a cent. Just come on through. We will see Marlon in the house. Big up Marlon. Good to see you.
Saw Marlon today. Showed up Marlon.
Yeah.
Glad to see you.
So let us know. Yeah. Let us know. And we got to have a live link up. We haven't done that in a little bit, So yeah, come on through and let's have a mix and a mingle. Get to know each other as opposed to just knowing each other on screen through avatars, etc. Come on out, and we have a good time sharing some information as well.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let me make sure that we met around things right, and we go to the King's Gathering on May 6th, Ginger Lily Hall at the Mannings. We're trying to kind of put our money where their mouth is, and make sure that we get the best out of men and women. You are also included. Come through. Y'all got brothers, y'all got sons, y'all got fathers, uncles, friends. You could come through. It's gonna be something for everybody. And as Derek would say, it is not the paupers gathering. It is the king's gathering.
Indeed not.
So come out dressed to impress, come out sharp. You ain't doing it to catch nobody. You're doing it to feel good within yourself and to, show the best of you. I think that is symbolic of what we're trying to achieve in our society. Be the best version of you for you. So come out dressed in the nines, come out smelling your best. A blazing can kill you. Place air conditioner, as Derek would say. Just come out sharp. I trying to put together a little outfit there, so a couple of threads to see if I could outdo Derek, because Derek is usually, Derek usually comes on point. Derek usually comes on point, so he's my competitor for that day. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, as I said before, you are indeed watching the Senate podcast. Now, usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays before we go live, Derek will put something out on our social media pages, particularly on Facebook. Give us a like and a follow in that space. And Derek would usually go on social media so that we could talk the things and get the conversation going. This is no different. Tonight, we're going to be talking Unforgiven. What is a simp, and why are men so hard on men that they consider to be simps? Right? There's an interesting discussion because personally, I got certain words in this space, Derek, that when I say them, like alpha male and high value man and simp and that sort of stuff, we say it for ease of convenience. It's like baby mother. Baby mother. Child father. Child father. You say that for ease of convenience, but really and truly, those are phrases that we don't necessarily like to say. But this is going to be an important discussion, and I am actually intrigued to see how you bring this to the fore and highlight whatever issues you have going. I know you would have done your research. Let's give it up. Put some Aussie chat for the Geraldo of the streets. Derek would usually do his research and due diligence. So, brother, I think it's only fine that we put Pastor Marshall on screen here. Let me get the pastor, the goodly pastor. Let me get him on screen here. Wait, hold on. Let me get the goodly pastor here. So, yes. We got the goodly Pastor Marshall there, so. And over to you, my brother. Lead us in sermon.
Well, all righty then. As you said, Neil, this is one of them topics is going to have a lot of those buzzwords that you don't really like. You don't like them myself. Either, between the two of us, we rarely use them, but we can use them a couple times tonight. As you said, for ease of convenience, so that everybody is aware of what we're talking about. But as always, it needs to be a definition of terms because we like to tackle these things from an academic standpoint. So we can define some terms so that we all on the same page when we hear them. Because I know some of the ladies might be a little lost. All 6 of you that watch this channel might be a little lost as when you hear these terms out there floating around. You may not know exactly what they mean. And I don't want anybody to, have any wrong information. Right? So here we go. Let's get into it. Last school year, a boy at my school called another boy in his class a simp. Right? No joke. No joke. Of course, I had a laugh because I was wondering, well, what this little man know about simps and simping? So, I had to ask, why do you call him a simp? And this little man told me it was because the other boy was always at the girls' beck and call, always doing nice things for the girls. Ladies and gentlemen, I say it to you here tonight. This does not a simp make. I say that again. This does not a simp make. Fellas, a simp is not a man who shows kindness to his woman or wife. Simp is not a man who shows kindness to his woman or wife. Gentlemen, you are supposed to do nice stuff for your woman. You're just supposed to. Well, yeah. You're supposed to treat her like a queen. If she's proven that she's deserving of it. And by the same token, ladies, well, gents, she's supposed to treat you like a king. So, ladies, if you got a man treating you a certain way, you got to treat you like a king too, right? Having said that, let's clarify the definition of a simp right now and get into the show a little bit further. What is a simp? ladies and gents, this is a key moment in Red Pill history. A simp, ladies and gents, is a man who has no boundaries or requirements for a woman to have access to him and his resources. Let me say that again. A simp is a man who has no boundaries or requirements for a woman to have access to him and his resources. The female equivalent would be a pick-me, but I can delve into that another time. I can even idea of simping right now. And this brings us, ladies and gents, to Russell Wilson, or why he gets very little respect from men. Try not to keep it too long tonight. Women love to talk about Russell Wilson as the ideal man, and we recently discovered why. So a few weeks ago, Russell and his wife Ciara bought the red carpet at the Vanity Fair Oscars event, and Ciara had on a dress that can only be described as scandalous. Suffice it to say, I have a pretty good idea of what Ciara looks like naked, and I am neither a millionaire nor her husband. And, you know, for that, I have to say, let us salute female empowerment. What Ciara fails to appreciate, and she got a lot of praise from a lot of women. She got a lot of pushback, to be fair. Mm-hmm. A lot of women gave her pushback, but there, of course, you know, there were some women who were supporting that. What Ciara fails to appreciate is that she no longer represents herself alone. She now represents her husband and her family. And her husband does not represent that kind of lifestyle. Now, if she was going to a Future, if she roll up on the Vanity Fair Oscars event, got a red carpet with Future as the husband, and she was in that dress, nobody think about it. They'd be like, yeah, it's kind of perfect course.
All this ratchetry.
Yeah, all ratchetness all road. Right. This 101 is two. This makes sense, right?
Yeah, yep.
But when it's Russell Wilson, not so much. Oddly enough, she never appeared at events with Future dress like that. Right? And you know, some people will see Cherish in the house. Good night.
Good night, Cherish.
Good night to my man, Stephen Wu in the house. And they see Ruben.
Yeah, Ruben, what's going on, man? Well, you good, brother?
Big respects. the father of Simpson. Yeah, Russell Simpson. Anyhow, right? A few days prior to that event, folks, Russell and his wife Ciara were ministering at a prison. Right? Swear to you, that's not a lie. No cap. Then up he pops on the red carpet with his half-naked wife. Cannot make that up. And because I'm who I am, we are here to show you exactly what I mean. So Neil, please run the video for the people. And Neil, I suggest you brace yourself.
All right, man. Tell me Stokely. Shout out Stokely. Is he Stokely in the place?
They respect Stokes.
Yeah, let me get this here. So, all right, let's get it.
A few moments later.
There's some hoes in this house. 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 There's some hoes in this house.
Big trap.
I love it.
No. A few days later, Ciara posted a video wearing what was akin to a parachute in response to the criticism that she received. And of course, there were a lot of women who came to her defense and tried to shame people who called her outfit inappropriate. But I want us all to consider what we would have had to say if Russell Wilson himself had hit the red carpet all oiled up with his muscles on display. And let's not forget, this man is a professional athlete, right? Immediately, if he had done that, we would have heard how he's a Christian family man and he's disrespecting his wife. You know, those of you who are, well, let me not say those of you, because I'm assuming that nobody in the Senate is defending that. But those of you on the sound of my voice who are defending that, let's consider that there's no talk of her disrespecting him. Right? So let me go forward and start to break this down like a freshen up for you, right? Men and husbands have responsibility for their women and their wives. But here's the thing. With responsibility usually comes authority.
Boy.
Yeah, right?
Oh boy.
Now I know when I use the word authority, a lot of women will bristle. But I want to assure you, ladies, that this is not the misogyny nor anything coming out here, right? Authority does not mean mistreatment or abuse. So let me break it down like a fraction for you. I've told you guys several times that a pig should never go into the ham and eggs business with a chicken. The pig will have to give up his life to keep the business afloat. The chicken is just far with eggs, right? Your man is expected to lay down his life in order to protect you. So by that very token, I would like to think that it would give him some kind of input into what you do. This is why we see women booking men for fights. Then the men getting delete. Women go alone. Right? And I would have shared this story with you guys of the guy that was in effect right here in Barbados. He was in effect. He get called. He personal girl on the line that he that the ex-man harassing she. He gone deal with the matter. Because he might violate the order. So he went deal with the matter. Put 6 in the man. Went court. And the first body on the stand testifying against him was his personal girl. And while he was incarcerated, his personal girl was pushing around the ex in a wheelchair. She's still pushing the around to this day, right?
This day, Johnny.
So that man kick in. He went into action and deal with it. Because to his mind, he had responsibility for that woman. Here's the thing, folks. The last time someone had responsibility for, but no authority over something, it was the slaves over the cotton and the cane fields. The slaves had a responsibility for the cotton and canes, but had no authority to do anything with what they had cultivated and harvested. By that very token, Russell Wilson has all the responsibility for, but no authority over his wife and by extension, his household. And that is why men have very little regard for him. Ain't gonna be regard for your future either, but up at the other end of the scale, right? Unfortunately, gents, this seems to be what many women want today. A high value man who will be, yeah, there's our term, a high value man who will be faithful to her and will place no boundaries, restrictions, or requirements on her behavior and offer no objection to her doing whatever she wants, i.e., a simp. Ladies, I'm here to tell you that most men you want aren't going to accept that. They just aren't. Because men can tell themselves, if I am responsible for you, I need to be able, you can't just be out here doing what you feel like.
Yeah, you can't just be out here.
And embarrassing me. Because here's the thing, at this point, Russell Wilson can't say nothing about that dress.
Yeah, he in it.
Can't. Because guess what? He found her doing that. He never asked for her not to do that. So when she twerking on the beach, half naked with a bottle of rum and she had, you gotta eat that. When she twerking on top of a car in a gas station, you gotta eat that. And when she turn up on the red carpet, she dressed the left woman he to come up with the red carpet, half naked. For me and you, that brat Neil, to see what she had for breakfast.
It's true.
You gotta eat that.
The
right?
MLs.
You gotta eat that. Well, you're accustomed to L's this season. They kill me. Anyhow, allow me to shift gears a little bit, folks. All of us know this woman. That woman who sends a good morning message on WhatsApp, usually accompanied by some inspirational graphic and scripture. We all know that woman. The problem with this message is that the woman sending it used to be a slower. But now she's delivered and wants to criticize the woman that she used to be. So she holier than don't know, but very often we find out that this woman is still up to a lot of the behaviors that she was doing before. It's just now that she's in the church and standing in judgment on everybody else. I had a very, very real interaction like that with a woman's matching this very description a couple of years ago. So this woman is now preaching to you. But you know that her dildo fell out of her bag at choir rehearsal. She got the pastor and a couple of guys in the band at church. And she's still in a lesbian relationship or two on the side. And if this sounds oddly specific, my brother, it's because that very situation occurred right here in BIM.
That's exactly why I laugh, because I hear to myself
I am
that.
not making this up. I am not making up this stuff. All right,
That's too specific to.
It's so specific. Trust me, I am not making this up. Right? No, why do I go there? This is analogous to many of us men who have discovered Kevin Samuels-esque content. And there's a proliferation of it now on YouTube. Shoot, we're watching the Senate right now. We watch this content, we watch it during and since the pandemic, and we became acutely aware of female nature. We vowed that we would never simp for a woman again. We who watch this kind of content, what have we learned from it? Well, we now understand and know that women want men on their level or above, the high value man. And they want those men to be faithful to and serve them. The usual description of that man is tall, dark, handsome, enough money he earned in a white collar job. This is important. White collar job is important. But he still possesses enough gangster to make her feel protected once that gangster is not directed at her. And you would have heard me say it before, she wants a corporate Tupac, shout out MTR. We also discovered that these women want these men irrespective of their own personal circumstances. So over the past 2 years and change that we've been doing on this channel, Neil, we have reviewed stories, countless stories of women that have 5 children by 6 men. None of those 6 men are the man she previously described, but she calls into Kevin Samuels and now Kendra G's show wanting the aforementioned man. What the red pill never really accounts for, though, or tells men to be prepared for, is being inevitably attracted to these women. Red pill content definitely makes men more aware of female nature, but it doesn't account for the fact that we as men are naturally drawn to women, and the more attractive they are, the more we are willing to backslide. Much like our girlfriend with the dildo for not the bike, and throw all sense and logic in pursuit of those women. But red pill followers, ladies and gents, do not want to hear that. There is no forgiveness for simping when it comes to the red pill. We all know, we know, you watch this channel long enough, you know by now that if a woman likes you, all the gifts and events, which all maybe girls here plan an event, I see that very last stream. All the gifts and events aren't necessary because there's a dude out there who knows her intimately and he didn't give her anything but stay. Shoot, we review one there. Choose with the man say he carried the girl down Lane Grove and the man passed bitch shit for the bus stop. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we have all said and done things in pursuit of women that we know did not make any sense then, and even less sense now. Yeah? Fellas, roll with me if it making sense. Put some ones in the chat. This is episode 202, the Senate podcast. I'm prepared to take some ones because if this next part here hitting with you, put some ones in the chat. We have all spent money we didn't have on vacations, staycations, dates, dinners, movies, event tickets, outfits, children, and bills that aren't or is trying to get through with a woman. If you're rocking with me and you know that you're telling the truth, put some ones in the chat right here now. Shout out Samuel Knight, Jerron in the house.
Shout out Sam.
You get my man story. Put some ones in the chat if you have done those things before. You know that we've all done it. We buy some men buy Chefette, KFC, some men buy Champers and toys. Some men buy fridges that they never get a glass of water. Yeah. And buy a whole dinette set. Never get a plate of food served to them at the end. Buy TVs they never watch. All in an effort to get through with this one. We got Nick Reyes. I can imagine what the drummer do when he do a deal. Yeah, I got you. Lying between the pews. Yeah. I see my man Steve with some wands. Steve, you know Steve made $270 something in Chinese food. Yeah? Steve know what we're talking about. Fellas, the worst thing that can happen here is that your efforts are actually successful. You get through. You spend all this money, you get through. But that's gonna be the worst thing that can happen, because that is the fastest way to end up in a Will and Jada situation, giving your all to a woman that's not feeling you like that. Remember Will spent 3 years planning a 40th birthday party, tracing genealogy and all kind of thing, and then when they come off, Jada was like, this is really for you, not me. What? All right. I think it's he bought that. Gaslighting 101. Very recently, when I say very recently, I mean like last week, Tyrese. Why you wanna act like that? That Tyrese found out on an IG live. He found out on an IG live that he wasn't his girlfriend's type. She preferred Paul Walker. He found that out live on IG.
Oh, fucking hurtful.
I'm saying, no. Tyrese like me, we got like for IG, we got 6 people following it on there.
Yeah, there's hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands at the very least.
Yeah. My sister says on the RH house. Yeah. The question is though, fellas, why? Why do we automatically go into provider mode in an attempt to impress a woman? The answer is simple. It's our nature. It is our very nature to show that we can provide. And by providing, it proves that to some extent we can protect, problem solve, and procreate. If that sounds familiar, it should. Those are those 4 P's that we talk about constantly on this channel. We are hardwired as men to provide those 4 P's. It's just what we do automatically. The challenge for us as men is to make sure that we provide those 4 P's for the right woman.
Mm-hmm.
A woman deserving of those 4 P's. And let me say here too that your boy do some simping in his time too. I do not big lot, but I do some.
Everybody, I simp. Well, shoot.
Yeah.
I think that's a rite of passage for mine. You got simp. You got simp at least. Yeah. One woman had you foolish. You said cheese on bread. This how it was raised. This way it's supposed to do. Let me simp here.
At least one.
At least one. See, we all have been there.
At least one. Right? So and I here preaching to y'all and I've never done it. Right?
Yeah.
I've done it. Shoot, I got the propensity to come and do it again because, as I said, it's in our nature to do this.
It's in our nature. That's right.
But again, the challenge for us is to find the right one, the deserving one.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, too often we don't make the best decisions, and then it leads us to trying to figure out how to avoid certain pitfalls. Here's the harsh reality, though, we can't really avoid the pitfalls. We can hit some. We are men are supposed to be hard, emotionless, operating purely on logic once we've unplugged from the matrix. But that simply isn't the case. There will always be a single mother out there that you will find attractive. And you will want to engage on more than a physical level, fellas. It's just what it is. There will always be a woman out there with that you know got more bodies than John Wick, that you will want to engage on a more physical level. And yeah, fellas, there will always be a fat woman out there that will treat you right, and you will want to engage on more than just a physical level. Yeah. So let me be real now, fellas. Let me be real. Let me talk the things now. We say we don't dipsy doodle here. Let me be real.
Mm-hmm.
All of us. Shoot, some of you even in a relationship with them, they can be right now. Yeah. We've had one or two in our past. Or we got one right now. Yeah. You can let that sink in for you a little bit. Yeah. So we can't, let me not pretend that we don't know that we do these things. Shoot. None of me are walking about another, no offense to the ladies that we may be involved with, but none of me are walking about with Tyra Banks. That's a dated reference. Somebody give me a name of a new age model so they don't reference Tyra Banks.
I can't name new age models. I can name women that look good.
Eva Mendes is going to date us.
I was gonna call Eva Mendes. Come on, man.
Let's say Megan Good, even though she's in our cohort, but let's say Megan Good. Everybody gets that reference, right?
Yeah.
So, what do we do, fellas? What do we do when that happens?
Gigi Hadid.
I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, she like art though. I don't. Anyhow, that's off topic, but she's.
What do we do when we find that we are attracted to these women? When the red pill says that, but yeah, you shouldn't be taking on these women at all. No, we got to try to hide and work line. Yeah, and we all know that rarely happens.
And I get that do.
Yeah, you can hide them back, but you can't hide and work. And unfortunately, fellas, the red pill and its followers will demonize you for that. There is no room for redemption with the red pill. You are more likely to be a known drug dealer and become a high-ranking official in your church than to be forgiven for simping by followers of the red pill. Yeah, you could be a known drug dealer, and the church will accept you with open arms, especially if you're putting some money in the offering plate. But simping for a woman, nah, boy, we ain't dealing with that. Is the information that we share on this channel on a weekly basis intended to make men and boys angry and jaded? No. Will it make them stop simping altogether? Unfortunately, no. Yeah,
I hope so.
We hope. But it will make men more aware so that they can better navigate the situations they will encounter. Because you will encounter those situations, right? Having said that, we as men, we need to be a bit more forgiving in terms of how we handle each other. Yeah, we might backslide and slip into our old simping habits, but we need to give each other a bit more grace and help a brother out so that he may go forth and simp no more.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are indeed watching the Senate podcast. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Let's like the content, let's share the content so we could build the content. Anyhow, as I said, I really into the buzz terms. We know who these guys are. White knights. Just men that do things that they do things to gain favor, right? And I like how, Derek, you made the distinction between, doing something like being kind to your woman. It's not simping. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be kind. You're supposed to act out of love, right? You're supposed to be a good person, kind person, especially to the people, the woman that is in your life. That's not what we're talking about. We are talking about you got a woman, the woman into you. That is the key point. The woman is into you. And you doing for her. You buy she afraid, you pay she rent, you do them things. That's all right, The woman is into you. She is about you, right? Not using you for things. And that is I find as we traverse 2023 and this modern age, it is a skill that you have to kind of discern. You have to kind of flex your judgmental muscle or your ability
Discernment.
to discernment. You gotta kind of seek out that muscle and flex it and try to always make sure that you really know that a woman about you for you and not about what you got and what you could provide, right? I ain't saying that women shouldn't get with men for provision, but let's be honest, right? That provision is gonna come in spades if that man knows that you got him held down, that you bought him. You understand? The man ain't gonna think twice to out money or to put his life on the line or anything like that. But back to the simping, right? The reason I think simping in 2023 is a problem, right? We've always had, for time immemorial, we've always had men that would do things for women. Was it Cicero? Cicero back in the day when he big nose dude that was writing poems for a handsome man.
Cyrano, not
Cicero. Who's Cicero? Cicero is somebody else.
Cicero is Julius Caesar.
Yeah, sorry. I know I was somewhere in the ballpark. But Cyrano, he big nose dude. He was writing poetry for a handsome gentleman that wanted to woo this woman, a princess, I think it was, right? And Cyrano secretly was in love with the woman, and he felt the type of way. So he was kind of writing those lyrics through the man, knowing full well with his big nose and his unattractive features, he wasn't going to get through, right? So, and that was from centuries ago, right? Right. Thanks, Austin. It just came to me when he called the name. You don't know Cicero. Anyhow, but we watch rom-coms. We've seen them. A man simping her behind a woman, running up the staircase, trying to find her. You know what I mean? Buying her things. Like we know the movies, we know the type. And as Derek said, there's nothing wrong inherently with doing things for a woman that you're trying to woo. Right? But you have to have that discernment to know that that woman is reciprocating those emotions and those feelings towards you, or otherwise you just look like a fool. Right? And nobody wants to look like a fool. Right? And then to extend the definition of simp or the characterization of simp, there are some men out there that just pick up causes and become allies for women, but really and truly they're just gaining favor, right? They say things that, how to put it? They
don't make
say,
sense.
Yeah, it's not only that don't make sense, right? But they come on this high and mighty horse and put in his face as though, yes, I am a champion for women, and anybody that doesn't support women or hear women's causes or anything like that is a misogynist, patriarchal stooge that trying to prop up the system, right? But really and truly, when you get these men in private conversations or you get these men in certain spaces, these men are men just like me and you, right? Not that we are bad men or misogynists, but we would have a differing opinion that runs logic. Exactly, right? And Derek, you and I, we know right now we could visualize a few fellas that we know are simps, or white knights, right? And they do that, and the thing is, they do that in the hopes of gaining favor and attention from women, oftentimes from an emotional, sexual standpoint, right? And that is kind of part and partial going out of your masculine frame. What do I mean by that? I mean that a man is supposed to be stoic. He's supposed to be grounded in his emotion and his logic and his ability to problem solve, right? Therefore, like, for example, a man is to call a spade a spade. If something don't make sense, it doesn't make sense, right? Like, I don't know. If this bottle here is black, they could go a raging debate online that it's blue. And, a man is to say, yeah, but science dictates from the whatever that is black. You don't go and say this is blue because you're trying to gain favor with a woman that you like saying that it's blue. And anybody that says that it's black is a scoundrel. You understand what I mean? You stand up in it, come hell or high water, right? Like, Derek and I, we created this space. There's a no dipsy doodle space. We know we didn't plan to get no favor from no woman. We probably kill off some potential opportunities out there with women simply because of creating this space, and that's fine. You know what I mean? But you, right? I remember I taught NATO, no action, transport
only.
Hard, right? But simping, I want to appease to men. I want to really talk to men and say, there is a fine line between doing something kind for a woman that you like and are interested in, versus blindly removing logic and essentially putting yourself second in that equation to gain favor from a woman. Because as you know, there and I we come here we say often, you putting in all that effort, you kind of essentially selling your masculinity to get to this woman and get attention and to get favor. And a man that stand at his masculine friend that offering much less than you, beating the dog crap out of that woman in terms of the loving, and you know what I mean? She giving him that attention that you want, that you crave. So it is always best to stand up in who you are. No, the unfortunate thing is some men really are simps, really are white knights. Like that is their personality. That's how they were raised or whatever. That's fine. Matter of fact, you can do what you want. But it is important that you as a man discern who is worthy of your attention and your resources. Like we always say, like we, both men and women, have to do a better job of discerning our partners, our potential partners, and vetting these people critically before you do certain life decisions, right? So like, yes, as a man, you have the 4 P's: the procreation, the provision, the protection, and the problem solving. But this woman has not shown you anything. The only thing.
Yes, Austin.
Yes, Austin. Right. But you know, you are selling your masculinity to gain favor from a woman. But you don't know if this woman is worth it. Yeah, she might look good. Yeah, on paper, she may be like, you know, she may have all the attributes. She may be everything, right? But you are pushing this narrative and she's not, even if she is the perfect woman for you. If she doesn't like you, why you outing money on a fridge for this woman? Why you helping her with her rent? And I want to be clear, there's nothing wrong with being a nice person and helping out somebody. But we know exactly what we mean by you giving this woman your attention, time, energy, and resources, right? For a certain level of attention. You doing, right? This woman crying, oh Lord, I don't know this man, right? Oh, I hungry. I wish somebody was send me, Sandy. I got you covered, babe. Are you doing boyfriend things for this woman in terms of your problem solving and provision? But that's it. She is not providing a safe space for you. She's not nurturing you as a girlfriend. She ain't doing nothing. So far as she concerned, because watch, it's gonna be a poor analogy, but let's do it. Right? Now we know men are physical, women want stability in certain things. She can ask you for money, she can ask you for food, but you can ask a woman for some intimacy. It's a child boy, let me some pussy till next week. You can't do that?
No, you can't.
No, you can't. Shoot, that woman borrowing money from you and never paying it back. She ain't even asking. She ain't ever bringing up that whole borrowing thing. She wants it. She expects it. And in some cases, those women would be passive aggressive when you say, child, babe, I ain't got it. Shoot, Derek, we cover a short one time. I remember a woman asked a man for some money. I think it was like $500 or something. That the man said, well, I ain't got it. You know, I ain't get paid until whatever. And she start carrying this man, but I didn't know you was broke. Well, don't worry, I ain't gonna get it from like an ex or from another man or whatever. Like, you have to first identify if this woman is if the woman is a good match for you. You have to first discern if this woman is the type of woman you want and are attracted to, if she has the qualities that you like, and then you have to discern if this woman is into you, if she sees you the same way. And then, of course, there's nothing wrong with that. Shoot, as Derek and I said, as Derek said just now, you know, we've been in relationships and shoot, men do the most. But that's not simping. Men got a girlfriend. Men making sure certain things happen. And to this day, they got certain things that I will do for women that I care about simply because that is how we are. That's how I am. We are, you know, you're taking care of certain things. You're making sure certain people whole and good, right? But we know full well, and then so, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to get this woman or whatever. I just making sure that woman good, because that's the type of friendship or whatever you have, right? But you owed him money for a woman, as I see. I said, That's on top of the hairy bank. You deposited money into the hairy bank.
All the money gone.
In the hairy bank. You depositing. You can't make one withdrawal out of this hairy bank. You can't get a loan. You can't get you can't get a reference from this hairy bank, right? So you gotta be careful, man. Right? And I know Derek is on a different page than me, but I even have a word to the women, because some women do that as well. Some women simp. I don't know what's the female version of simp, but some women do that. There are some women that know.
Pick me.
Pick me. Right, exactly.
But it is not in the. You go ahead. Let me come back to that. I don't want to cut you off.
Right.
That's the explanation.
Right. So women, there are some men that you are cooking for, you are nurturing. Shoot, you might be even getting a stomach, right? You are giving them girlfriend energy. But this man ain't about you. This man is checking for you. This man sticking and moving. This man, only thing he calling you up for is stomach. This man ain't calling you up to watch the movies, to talk about nothing, to carry out nothing. Anything he call you is after a certain time, is last minute, and it's for stomach. Right? But you out here cooking for the man. After y'all have stomach, you say, let me fix you a plate. You about there rubbing the man back. You about there giving that girlfriend energy to this man. Right? You gotta be careful with that. You gotta be careful with the resources and the energy you put into someone. If you realize that they're not matching what you want in that person, if you've made it clear, like, look. And there's another thing about simps too, called women. I will give women credit on this, right? When it comes to the pick-me's, women, I find women are more inclined to say, I like saying I want, say this is what I want. But I find men that are simps, them trying to finagle their way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're trying to be like, oh, you're so fine. I wish you were my woman. You're risking.
A chat with the men is called it lurking.
Yeah, okay.
And some men will lurk for years.
Hey man, story time with Uncle Neil. Let me tell you, I was in a holding pattern for a woman. I remember back in the day, I had like that. Shoot, I would even say damn near love this woman. I didn't care about this woman so much. I would go with this woman. We would hang out, watch TV, have intimate conversations, talk till 2 o'clock in the morning, the whole night. But the woman made it. I being the man that I am, I say, I like saying I want you. See that this can work out. And the woman said up front day one, can't happen. However, I in the holding pattern. I circle in the airport. Yeah, I circle in the airport. I circle the tower, right? Hoping I don't run out of fuel, right?
And then crash. You
follow, right? But after years, yes, I do mean years. I mean, my brother Mark used to kick at me and tell me it's in Mirror, Franceville, right? One day I had a glimmer of hope, man. One day after many, many years, I went there. You want me to give me a little kiss? I said, hi, boy.
Lurking big off.
Right? And then we eventually got in a relationship. We actually got in a relationship, and the relationship was good. It didn't work out, but not because of, anything nefarious.
Clearly it was what you should take.
Yeah, which I guess I had known from day one. It's just, you had to go through it to do it, right? But that, I would not recommend anybody do what I did. In fact, I have never done what I have done in that again, right? Because you have to, at the very least, have the reciprocation of saying, I like you and I want you to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if I like you, I want you, but no, it's not the right time. It can't be flat out that, nah, I ain't about nine so. Nah, I ain't so. Nah, I ain't so. Nah, you can't do that, gentlemen, because you can buy things for the woman, you can send, and the gifts that you can buy too can be subtle gifts. You buy her favorite perfume, play that favorite song, buy she favorite flowers.
You do a playlist. A playlist.
And the woman can't order, she might have getting beats break off it. So yeah, man, I just want people. I just want y'all to be careful, because you really are setting up yourself for some emotional heartbreak there. You're setting up yourself for a situation where, you will find yourself upset and frustrated and going into spaces of wanting to pull ultimatums and that sort of stuff, right? I think it is clear if you say up front, I am attracted to you, I like you and wants you, and the person say, nah, I ain't about it. It can't work. Then you say, you know what, that's cool. And make sure that there are boundaries. Make sure that you work to suit in that framework of that dynamic.
Because what the definition says, it's a man that has no boundaries.
Exactly that. So you I see too many men out there. You know, I see a man one time at Christmas in Kia Shepherd at the time. And the man tell me, you know, my mother, I was with my mother know you, man. I said, boy, you here shopping for 11 me got like a joke. My man rub his head and said, child, boy, yeah, boy, I want to want fridge too. And the man was serious.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like,
so that.
Why are you buying a fridge for a woman that is not your woman? He had a woman. I just want to put out there, right? But yeah, just be more discerning. Trust your gut and your faith and stand up. If the woman ain't about you, if the man ain't about you, boundaries. Because if you giving, there is call it the meat. I just call it the team. If you're giving her the time, energy, attention, and money. You pouring into that person calling you crying about another man or telling you, shh. It was on this show where we had covered. It was this show where we had done it in chat with some boy said that they're like a chihuahua. There's some boy if you was, I wish you were a chihuahua so you could carry you on my purse.
Yes, we did it.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't want no woman ever calling me a chihuahua. I'm putting me. I want to be a Doberman, a pit bull knocking at your door. That's what you want.
Nah. Remember, I still had asked a question earlier. Let me see if we can go back to it. Yes, does a captain save a hole fall under simping? Asking for some brethren. So Neela would have sent you the answer there from Minister Jap. There's 9 seconds of video there. If you could run that for the people.
Minister Jap, what is right? Get Minister Jap on.
Let's get Minister Jap on screen. Big up Minister Jap.
Okay, let me get. Yeah, I also see you put the
yes, I did. And who I am, man.
Let me get this video here. So wait, hold on. All right. Let us get it in 3, 2, 1.
If Jesus can't save these hoes, why are you trying? What make you think you greater than Jesus, nigga?
So wait. Oh, wait, like Bush. All right, let me put the link to this short that we would have done previously. I think this is gonna be about 2 years old now, boy. Probably a while ago, but let me put it in the chat here. So
yeah, man, it's definitely a while ago. That one. It all comes down to most men can't cut, so they must orbit and lurk. Carrie Ann says, I know a guy who lurks to see which women, but within the larger friendship circle will eventually give him peace. Men will lurk, right? But pick me shall at least get in. But pick me shall at least get in sword. What, Mr. Sips? What, Mr. Sips, to get it callous?
You know, if I close my eyes, right? I know exactly who said that. I love the man here. The man scared me dead.
Yo, no. They will say, people will say that pick me is a woman who does all their girlfriend things, trying to get a man attention, etc. Right? But the part that they never include is the sex part. Right? There are so many women who are more willing to give a man their body as opposed to preparing a meal. Right? So many women is fascinating to me. And today in our chat, Neil, we got a very interesting post with one of the guys. I think it's our brother Mark could have posted it in the chat. And because I am who I am, I want us to have a look at it, at that. I can send it to you then now. So you can put it, so you can get it on screen for the people and so you can understand what I'm talking about. Because women today will argue hard that cooking and cleaning, them kind of things, is pick me shit things. And to be fair, let me say it here, ladies and gents, cooking and cleaning alone do not make a wife, right?
Mm-mm.
Cooking and cleaning alone do not a wife make. Those indeed make, helpers, home help. You get that home help. There are other things that are required of a wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this lady, she posted this, and this speaks exactly what we're talking about when it comes to pick me. And as I made the point, at least pick me should get sword. A lot of things that all pick me should really getting, right?
So let me go. Yeah,
right?
On screen.
When y'all talk about not doing wife things for a boyfriend, how come having sex and popping out babies ain't included in that? Y'all will do all that, but draw the line at making a sandwich. And I found that was interesting.
All right,
Had
that was
a million views.
Yep. Y'all draw the line at sandwich, and not to cross you. Well, no, you go ahead, because I got. I'm glad you brought that up, because I can go off on a tangent on that.
Yeah, women will say that they're doing them things, but they have no problem giving up their body. So you got to ask, what is more important? What was more significant? Is it that it takes more energy, more effort to cook or prepare a sandwich, as the lady's saying here? More effort than, laying down for 2 workouts and a squeeze pooch. Them are the things we really got to consider, right? So, but to Aston's point, at least pick me should get a sword. You as a man simping, you don't get nothing in the bargain, right? So you gotta be mindful of that. And shoot, I myself, as I tell you, buy some food or buy a couple of phone cards when that was a thing. And when it's a literal couple, 2 phone cards. It's like, okay, cut out. That's one thing I have to say about myself, right? I've been able to work out things fairly quickly. I realize when I ain't getting much in the bargain, and I just cut it out.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, so I've always been blessed to not get tricked long. Right?
Shout out my girl Priya. My girl Priya in the house. Shout out Priya. And
I'm my man Philip.
Yeah, shout out Philip.
Yeah, so I've been blessed in that regard. And it's interesting when they come here to talk to you guys. I am not. Most people who come to this kind of content is usually from a position where it's like they get burned, and they vex a bit or whatever. That's not necessarily me. I'm just fascinated by the psychology of these things. And, I've had my fun. I've done some stuff, done my dirt. So
No, sexual due diligence.
Right. Shout out Elizabeth Olfison, aka Corinne Stephens, aka Superhead. Shout out Superhead. I've done my sexual due diligence, and I am aware of how women get down. I'm aware of how women get down. So when they come and they talk to you guys with the understanding as being the man a lot of times, and then being the other man a lot of times, and share
the external man.
Yeah, the extracurricular man. So I share the stuff that I've experienced with you guys, right? Yeah, go ahead, Neil.
Right. So back to this post, right? There, as you said, and we would have spoken about it before we came on. Like, no, this is nothing to do with this topic, right? This is my little rant here. But before we came on to the content, I was telling Derek, I'm in a better space with this content. There was a point in time where, yes, the psychology was fascinating about it, but then you got kind of wrapped up into just how dirty or how much of a cesspool this whole dating market is, right? But I'm in a space now where I truly find it fascinating, and this post that you just put out here illustrates this, right? Because we live in a society where we live in a time where a woman would give up sex, a woman would give up her body, in terms of rearing children and everything like that, right? A woman will do as she feels like, but they're not willing to do things like make a sandwich for their significant other. I find that that is you talk about the importance, what's important to you and anything like that, right? But to me, I see having a child like, and I am not a woman. I can't bear children, whatever like that. But I see, and this is my personal perspective. This has nothing to do with that, but this is me, and this is how I see things. But I see having a child. If I were a woman, I would see having a child something like the only thing I could liken it to is like getting a tattoo. For me, and I ain't just put anything on my body. I ain't just go to any tattoo artist. I'm not gonna put any paint or dye into it. When I got my tattoo, I went to my tattoo artist about 3 times or twice before I got it. I spoke to him. I saw the setup. We spoke about the chemicals and the paint, everything that he put in. We talked about the design. We talked about if it made sense putting that on that part of the body. I talked about the pain. I talked about the procedure. I talked about everything associated with getting this tattoo over the course of about 2 or 3 consulting episodes, right? And not only that, but he was very far from where we lived at the time in Toronto. So we had to travel like literally an hour and a half or so, 2 hours to get to him. It was very out of the way. But because he came highly recommended, because he was doing very good work, I had a conversation with this man. And we spoke. One time it was half an hour, another time it was 45 minutes. And then I got the tattoo. You know what I mean? I see it as that. Yes, I understand sex feels really well. Yes, men, women, I know. But if you don't want to have a child with this person, or you don't want to find yourself in an awkward, sticky position with this person, just pump brakes before you get ready to stomach. Pump brakes before you go into that woman bareback and raw, right? Because you can do these things. You can give of your body, you can give of your time, your money, your resources, etc. Right? For women, you're not willing to be nurturing. You're not willing to be feminine. For men, you're not willing to stand up in your frame, or you stand up in the toxic part of your masculine frame. You understand what I mean? At the end of the day, men and women want different things, but it is rooted in the same thing: respect for that individual's perspective as a human being, right? Men, saying as simple as a sandwich or a meal, an unsolicited meal or unsolicited like sex, or shoot, as there is an unsolicited lie down with a head rub, that goes so far away. For women, a man that takes initiatives to, provide for her, cut the grass, or, something as simple as, how was your day, babe? Or something as simple as, you know what, I can cook for you. I can clean the house. You ain't got to worry about it. The kids taken care of. You know what I mean? Take a break tonight, babe. You know what I mean? We want to be heard and seen as men and women in our masculine and feminine, right? So I found out when I saw that today, I was like, yo, like when you know something, but when you see it in black and white in print, you'd be like, yo, a sandwich got the whole game frigate. Your resistance to doing something like,
when they say,
right? You could got the best whack. You could got the greatest got. You could be a tree hole specialist. At the end of the day, you're good for fun, but we ain't wifing you if you ain't holding me down and you're making a house a home. You understand? Likewise, I'm sure women would be willing to give certain things to a man, but if that man ain't, stand up in his masculine frame, if he's not resolute, if he is not in control of his emotions and stoic to a degree, that man, you can do that, man. You want that man to stand up.
And that's what they say, that is the excuse given. We gotta be masculine because the men, so that's the excuse given. But my man ask men need to kill that inner simp and really ask themselves, what is their return on investment on their simpery? Like, what are you getting out of it besides empty pockets, emotional dumping, and bad feels? Chest pains, boy, as my man said in the community street government, chest pains, boy. You know what I mean? It's never chest pains. There's nothing worse.
Nothing worse.
There's nothing worse, gentlemen.
At all.
That you, like, they're putting up your effort and telling yourself, yeah, it gonna pay off. 3 months later, you see, but oh man, not 3 months. You there, you feel that you making headway, and then you want to post a sonogram shot or
Jeez,
you know,
already, already.
just is like
You treating it like you gym. You making progress.
Yeah, you making progress. It's slow, but you making progress. They will come in and tell you how bad this man's treat you and all kind of thing. Yeah. Plus, I was in China. Ever happened to you? You there's an emotional tampon. This woman just come and telling you all the things. This man hurt she belly, all the horn she dishy, how bad she's treat she. Are you there? Yes, baby. Yeah, they understand. They understand. He's so hurt. He's so terrible for that. Cry on my shoulder.
For real?
She get it right there.
Nah, but he do.
Yeah.
If it was me.
Yeah, boy. If it was me, boy, these men ain't shit.
I would treat you like a queen that you are, the queen that you are.
Yeah. Every morning you send in that message, grand and glorious rose. Glorious Rose ain't do be a queen.
My beautiful do be a queen, man.
Every morning you send in that message, no forward. Next my message about 10:30 night. Yeah, you message him bright and early. Crack of dawn. You there, grand and glorious Rose. Get message you message at 5, you message at 8. Next my man 10:30 the night.
And what he messaging? 2 words. You up?
Yup.
That's all. That's all. That's all. You up?
Yeah. Or what you doing?
Oh, I just hear what you
I hear that down.
What you ask? I on my way. Gotta take a bath.
I can come across. Yeah, come true.
Stomach dealing. Yeah, like I completely agree, right? Like, that's why I said I want to bring him into it as well, because, you know, we gotta be more, you know, shout out Dr. Carrie. Shout out Dr. Carrie up here, because as I said, she's a close friend of mine. We've been friends for many, many years. And, you know, she would have said things to me like, you know, operating with purpose. She emotionally dumping on you, but text you later.
No. It's awesome. It's awesome.
You hearing about how next man got she full like
that image, visual, it's so savage.
Look, all I think about is Brunswick, Brunswick sardines. Anyhow, right. So I just find it funny, right? Like, as men and women, again, the pick me or whatever is strange, and how we are not willing to do the things that women and men want. Right? You, like, for men, you willing to out money, you willing to, you know, agree with everything she said, regardless of how ridiculous it is. You're willing to be in the emotional muckamire with her, and, you know, to hear all sorts of things. You don't want to set boundaries. You don't want to provide those things for her. You want to move a bit to her feminine frame. But then vex when she ain't choosing you. Just like women, you want to give her a stomach. You want to act as though, you know, you down or whatever. You moving a sorry way, but you don't want to make the man a sandwich. You don't want to nurture that man. You don't want to do the small, simple things. And you want to know why that man ain't choosing you. It is simple, ladies and gentlemen. It really is simple. Before you give, for men is money, for women is your body. Before you give of your meat or your team, however you want to spell it, before you give of that, you have to discern if this person is worthy of it and if it is reciprocal. If you owe them money, is that person nurturing you? That person holding you down emotionally? That person holding you emotionally accountable? Man, you holding the woman accountable on her physical health, on the things that you know she should be doing? Are you helping that person grow? Are you teaching something? Are you learning something? Are you in a space to receive? You know what I mean? It's all fine and good to just say a stomach. Yeah, everybody likes sex. Me and we sit on here, we could tell you. Shoot. We love good looking women. We love beautiful women, right? And we love the action. But by the same token, you cannot sacrifice who you are innately to your core as a man or as a masculine entity. You cannot sacrifice that just for that. Likewise, women, you cannot sacrifice who you are as a woman, your femininity, your ability to nurture and to speak life into someone, right? Just on the hope that man provide for you. You can. We got to operate in a more purposeful. I was talking before you interrupt me, and I remember what I was saying with Dr. Carrie Ann, right? In terms of she would have told me for years about purpose and moving with intent. That love is an action, right? Love is not a noun, right? Well, love is a noun, but it's also an action. But and you know, at the time, I didn't really fully understand. But you know, as we do this space and as we go on, the content that we see and we see the disconnect between men and women, I understand because a lot of people are not doing the action of love. Right? Everybody wrapped up in ego, what you could do for me. They're wrapped up in being in a space of hurt and not want to heal for themselves. You gotta do the work. If you got a partner, you gotta do the work. And the work ain't just cooking or cleaning or giving money or whatever. That action is checking in on that individual as a person. That action is making that person feel safe and comfortable to be who they are as a man or a woman in their masculine and feminine. Right? What are you doing as a man to make sure that that woman can be feminine? Yes, we want feminine women, and we say all the time, but what are you as a man doing to have that woman in her feminine energy? You understand what I mean? Because let's be honest, there are some situations out there where we don't have women in a space that feel comfortable to be feminine, just like y'all women don't feel y'all women get where. Because some of y'all so contentious and so argumentative or whatever, the man feels safe to come home and say, "Child, babe, look, I just want a hug right now." You know, I was watching a podcast, Daily Rapid Crew Show. Wrote them, you can check them out. And this woman, they were talking about love language. And the woman was saying, like, you know, a woman would tell a man their love language. And they would say, well, do you ask your man about love language? She said, why you gotta ask my man about love language? Right? And it's like, yes, you tell your man about love language, but let's say one, a lot of men don't know about love language. And two, a lot of men feel like that is feminine stuff. They don't feel comfortable to say that. So how are you as a woman making a man feel comfortable to be emotionally vulnerable to you to a point? I know Derek feels a type of way about it, but I think to a degree, Derek understands what I'm saying, right? I ain't talking about you crying and weeping and say, oh, you know, I in touch with my femininity. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about
You can't do that.
You can't do that. But I'm talking about having those conversations. In other words, how do you create a space for your man to say, babe, this is how I want to be loved. These are the things I love. These are the things I don't like. And I ain't talking about sex, because you're real quick to say, I like that gargoyle, like you see, I like the little tip there. We like to say that, but then what do you want your woman to do? And women, how are you creating that space? I saw a video of a woman, she goes up to her husband and she kisses him. He's laying down doing whatever. And she comes in, woman kisses the man and says, what can I do for you today to make your day easier? How many women do you do that? It's all about creating space for your because this is your partner now. The quickest thing everybody's saying is partner, is a partnership. But what are you doing in this partnership to make this person feel comfortable to be your partner as you want? Because here,
this, Neil, right?
Go ahead.
This, right? What you're saying there sounds good in theory, but the reality is,
I know
we have not been taught, right? Men have been taught how to treat women. When small, you hear boys don't hit girls, you support ladies first, etc., etc.
Talk your shit. Preach.
I don't think women have ever been taught how to treat men.
No, you don't have to think. You don't have to think. That's fact. Women have not been taught how to treat men.
I don't want to say that categorically because, I would like to think that somewhere along the line, some women have been taught that. So what happens then? And that explains why women are more willing to give up their body as opposed to, as you said, making a sandwich, preparing a meal or something like that. It is much easier to them.
That's crazy.
To just do that because they've been, everybody said all men want sex, right? And that has been passed down from generation to generation. All men want sex. So get us a sex, it can be all right. Rub some sex on it. Don't care what it is, rub some sex on it. You go ahead and have a bad day at work, your father dead, rub some sex on it. You'll be all right. It's easier to do that than to say, all right, babe, don't dig. I got so-and-so sorted for you. It's easier to do that. Because oddly enough, as weird as this sounds, doing that does not feel subservient. Anything else does.
Because I agree with you, because the act of sex is, well, if done right, both people benefit.
Mutual exchange.
Exactly. But if if a woman makes a sandwich, I guess the thinking is, what do I get back in return?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then
So
there for me in it.
Yeah, nothing there for me in it. But again, that's why I said there is something to be said in the space it's created. Because if you do that, you seeing your partner happy. Like, for example, if I have a woman, right, and I know she likes, prime example, I dated a woman. I know she like little snacks, little like chips, right? She like Lay's chips. Every time whenever I can or I remember, when I go by her, I would carry a power too. You know what I'm saying? And that for me, I ain't really a big fan of Lay's chips or any chips to that matter. I would eat them, yeah, but I don't crave them. I don't seek them out.
Check it, Neil. No, when you think of that, so you go in, this is your love interest or whatever, so you carry a pack of chips. Another fellow might carry some Chinese food. Showed up with my Stephen Wu.
Shout out Stephen Wu.
Another fella casting Shafet because he knows that we were like back in the day, man got everybody door with roses. You understand? So we talking now millennia, centuries of this thing. I as a man, I am supposed to court this woman. I am supposed to do X, Y, Z. So when they say provider instinct is kicking, it's a real thing. We just say, look, like, my woman's supposed to be comfortable. Dave Chappelle said it best. A man got a house because women like a house. If a man could get a woman a cardboard box, he would not buy a house. Yeah. Right? So we've been conditioned to think we're supposed to do X ways. We're supposed to provide for a man or a woman comfortable. That's what we do as men. The problem we gotta do, or the thing we gotta do better, is decide which women are deserving of that. You can't just say, a lot of times we reward women that shouldn't be there.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
We put them in a space and then we get some deleterious effects and we just want to know how we get here. Right? And you choose a woman that had no right being there.
Facts. That goes for men and women. That is a fact. You know how many times I have heard from women and men, but I'm hearing it more and more from women. Like, I got this man and boom, 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 and boom, boom, boom. And I like, but
that's the man you chose.
Not only is it the man you chose, but why don't get from around him? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you trying to make, and that's another thing I find a lot of us do too, right? We just try to MacGyver a situation. We've got a bad situation. We've got a bad horse, right? And we try to get a rubber band and a piece of chewing gum and try to make a Corvette. And it can't work. A horse is a horse. If you got a lame horse, that horse is going to limp to the finish line, right? If you want a Corvette, you have to, one, put yourself in a position to be able to, let's say for this analogy, afford a Corvette. And when I say afford, I mean in terms of you being in a space mentally, physically, emotionally, etc., to be able to have that person come into that caliber of woman or a man come into your life and elevate you. But you choose a lame horse. You're riding this lame horse. You want to know it taking 15 or 20 minutes to get a mile, right? Whereas you see another man zooming past the Corvette and wishing, I wish he could get rid of this horse. Carry the horse out back and shoot it. You're trying to.
It's figuratively.
Figuratively, right? You taking rubber band and you taking piece of leaf and thing like that, trying to rig up a Corvette. You can't do that. We have to really like, and we're speaking to men now, and I mean specifically to men, because we know women can land on the feet. Women can be all right, right? We men. We have to
not really. Because the potential for the women to end up all alone with the Lord himself is very, very real.
But, yeah, but you know what I mean? I mean, like, they can be all right in the sense that a woman would, if a woman is in the friend zone, for example, or with a man that ain't gonna give her a relationship, that woman could get rid of he and pick up another man easily.
Yeah, easily.
Right? I mean, from the standpoint of men putting their time, energy, attention, and money into a woman, and that woman spurn him, don't want nothing to do here or whatever, right? And then you ain't got nothing to show for it. You understand what I mean? Like, I have boundaries. Neil Hoyt has boundaries. Do not come by me after 10 o'clock if we is friends. I ain't coming by you after 10 o'clock if we is friends. Because that's the witching hour. Like telling you, if we are friends and we is man or woman, and you ain't about that. If you say, Neil, it is nothing so, you are my friend and nothing more. It will never be anything intimate. It will never be anything like that. Don't call me at 10 past 10 talking about how on you up. I want to come over. I need to talk. Can I help you? We meet someplace central. You ain't cannot me. And likewise, I ain't coming but you. I start to tell you.
I can't roll there. Go come by me.
You can't do that. You have to set up boundaries. You have to set up boundaries in like emotionally. You got. I know a lot of men don't like to talk about the emotional side of it, but you got to put up emotional boundaries. When a woman come and say, "Child boy, my rent ain't paid, this and that."
Oh well.
Crazy. Just saying about child for real. Because we are all adults. We all functioning and trying to make it. Right? Unless you're in a real bad situation, like you lost a job or whatever, that's different. But if I'm talking about me and you working and you can be prudent with your money, fiscally responsible enough to make sure you got money to pay your rent, what is to come in here and do? Especially as your friend, where nothing ain't happening.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what he's saying? Likewise, women, you giving stomach, but that man would not even buy you a brown mate. That man turning up, lashing, and gone. That man is sticking around. That man ain't pack an overnight bag. That man come here to stick and move.
Lash and dash.
The only thing you hearing that man, as Derek says, after hours. What benefit is that to you other than getting stomach? Well, in your case, getting the wood.
Stomach. Mash up.
Yeah? So, we got to do a better job, man. We got to do a better job as people, as men. Men, it is, we can't be out here simping and hoping and dry begging for the boom. We can't do that. Dry begging is the worst. Can't be dry begging for the boom.
I need to say you gotta set them boundaries, but it can't be just the boundaries are necessary. A simp is a man that has no boundaries or requirements for a woman to access him or his resources.
And think about this, right?
Keep that in mind.
And just before we move on, think about the psychology behind it. You have no boundaries, meaning you would do anything to get favor from this woman. You ain't got no code of ethics. Not saying you go there and rob and steal, but at the end of the day, you're selling elements of yourself as a man, as a person, just for a glimmer of hope with this person. Is it worth it? Because let me be honest, right? And Derek, we talk about this all the time. A woman ain't gonna look at you because you're a yes man. You're a yes man. You bring in food, that woman ain't give you nothing. You bring in thing, that woman ain't give you nothing. That woman give you the absolute bare minimum. Shoot, she could be operating as a friend. Right? Straight down the line not even a friend, an acquaintance. That woman could be treating you like an acquaintance. Because let's be honest, in some of these cases, women are only hitting up men when they're hungry or when they're bored. You know what I'm saying? So use just a gadget to pull out. Use a phone, boss. Use a phone to order food and to see memes. Your entertainment. Is it worth it being entertainment? Because at least the phone does get charged and get regular updates. So you getting? You ain't getting nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. So do not sell yourself, men and women. Do not sell yourself for the hope of favor from a person. Do not sell who you are as an individual. Do not sell yourself who you are as a man or woman. Do not sell your masculinity or femininity in the hopes of getting favor from somebody that has shown you through their actions or even told you with their words, them ain't about you. Don't do that. You're setting up what you call it, road for monkey to run on.
Believe it. Yeah. I remember I asked the error in the catchment area at Cocking Hour. Lashes. Lashes Bashir.
I just call it the bitch in our boss. It come with me after 10 o'clock. We come to talk.
Lashes Bashir. Folks,
Lashes Bashir.
This is 9:30 in Barbados, the rest of Eastern Caribbean. We had a very interesting back and forth here tonight. We have 504 subscribers. This has been episode 202, Unforgiven. What is a simp? Why are men so hard on men that they consider to be simps? Yeah, now you understand. You get a bit of insight into the psychology of it, why men do it, and why we as men, why we are so hard on it. Because we recognize that you essentially making yourself a clown, right?
Yeah.
Don't alert, don't do it. Right? Then like we don't make the rules, we just make sure where they are, that you know where they are. You can ignore reality all you want. So if you want to ignore the fact that women in dealing with you that kind of way, you can ignore that. But you cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. So when you're break, that's that. Right?
Consequences is blue balls.
And empty wallet. That's a terrible combo.
Obsidian eggs.
Yeah. Be the best version of you for you guys. We can see you guys again soon. Make sure you got the notification bell hit so that you do not miss the content that we got coming. We got more content next week. Next week it definitely is going to be 2 fire live streams. I am guaranteeing you that. Yeah, I'm staking my reputation on it because we're going to the head of the stream next week. Today we're gonna do an episode called Mommy Dearest.
Oh Lord. Yes.
We are going to look at the impact of mothers on society today.
The dating market.
And the dating market, all that stuff, etc. So we are going to look at that critically. I'm going to deal with it sensitively. If you know, I'm going to be sensitive to it. For those of you who are wondering and saying that I'm just going to bash women, no, that is not the case. We are going to look at it honestly and sensitively and treat it with a little bit of kid gloves, almost, kind of, sort of. Not really. But I try not to be, you know.
It can be an open hand slap. It ain't gonna be a fist.
Yeah. That's the best way to put it. Because there are some things that we need to look at, and that's gonna kick off. We're gonna do that. Hopefully, it can get it done and prepared for you guys for Tuesday. Because there's a lot. We're writing it for a while. So yeah, that was actually supposed to be episode 201, but let's say to give it a little levity before we start to crank.
Yeah, this season 3. We said this season 3 getting into now. Yeah, we bought the crank.
And easing you in now to with 202. So 203 definitely. We were supposed to be canceled, but you know, after that stream. So we hopefully get to 204. But anyhow, fellas and ladies, please be mindful. We get out there in these streets. We can see you guys next week.
Peace and love.